Aloha, friends and family, and hallelujah. It's here right now today, the Hallelujah Show. This is the second day of the second month. Or no, this is the third day, excuse me. And we're here live to kind of finish up the Sumerian text. This is Sumerian text part 3, okay? And we're going to read all that. Check out the second segment. It's posted below. And really, there's a lot of amazing directory links posted below. So I really encourage everybody to go and look through some of them, click on them and check them out, because we pick the best links throughout our fan page and put them together and compile some of the best stuff. So with that said, thank you so much for being a part of the Hallelujah Show. We're going to get this show on the road and get finished with the latest on the videos. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to start to share this. Okay. Clicked the wrong thing. Welcome everybody, welcome. We love that you're here at the Hallelujah Show live. We're going to go deeper into what was probably one of the best segments, part 2. So if you didn't see part 2 last night, watch it, and especially watch the last hour where I go deeper into my really special extraterrestrial or spiritual experience. I don't like to put a label on it, but we go deeper into this. And I just want to show people, when you look up the word Aryan, this is how bad they have our people. The Sumerians. They make us look like we are a bunch of thugs and criminals. This is pathetic. When you look up the word Aryan, they got us with a bunch of tattoos. They want to make us a menace to society, like we don't fit in. You know why? It's because the truth. You see that swastika? Go look up Mount Meru. It stands for the truth. They don't want you to know. They're hiding something grave, something deep. They don't want your eyes to see. There is a deadly weapon, an attack, and a threat on your life. And I'm here to expose all these threats. But not only that, we're going to give you the solutions. We're going to give you the solutions to how to overcome these deadly threats. It's amazing though, when you look up Sumerian Aryan, the kings of the world pop up. The Sumerian Aryans have ruled every single country and nation on the board across the world since the beginning of time. Who's hiding this information? Has anybody ever researched chemtrails? Has anybody researched the spraying of our food? Did you know there's viruses in our organic produce? Make our tomatoes look red even though they're not ripened. Did you know they can hybridize a plant to make it grow faster but not meet any of the human developments for human consumptibility? That actually everything, whether it's certified organic or conventionally grown, is actually poisonous to the human body. You are under a threat in this country. I'm not making this up. Welcome to the Ultimate Truth Warrior X. We're here live, and we are exposing and reproving of all the deception before our eyes. Go back to where the history began. This is the Sumerian text, the Emerald Tablets, the 12 Pyramids. This is where your Bibles come from. This is where your Quran came from. This is where your Torah came from. So now we're going home. We're going back home, baby. We're going to finish tablet number 3 here. We didn't finish this. We're going to go all the way into tablet 4, tablet 5, which is short. Tablet 6 is even shorter. Tablet 7. And then we're going to finish up with the epilogue with Marduk. Now, I'm not sure if everybody followed the segment last night or not, but you know, if you didn't, I would go check that one out because it's important, because we're tying in this important history. Like I said, why is it that the Sumerians are considered ugly people to this society? Has someone taken over that does not like these people? The Aryan Brotherhood? And have they created these groups, these cult type groups, to make these people look bad? To make Hitler look heinous and evil? Was Hitler a part of this conspiracy? Is he the one that's taking these Aryans and making them look like they are menaces to society and evil? Or is our system and culture set up to actually be against the truth? And when you stand for the truth is an ugly thing to these people, and they try to remove the truth. That's what the truth is. It's stranger than fiction, isn't it? They don't want you to live for the truth, and whenever you do, you're considered ugly, heinous. You're considered a criminal. You're considered a conspiracy theorist. You're considered a threat and a terrorist to society and to the norms of cultural enslavement, consumerism, social engineering, grooming, and conditioning. To not want this. What is this? Well, dare I say that symbol stands for truth, luck. Mount Meru is what you all need to go research. This is what they're keeping from you, folks. The North Pole. You see that? There's a whole other world up there. Or dare I say, over there. And when you research it, there it is. Bam. That's the Garden of Eden, folks. That's what Hitler was trying to take over. Remember all them visits to Argentina? The hollow earth? Going underground? This is what they don't want you to know. The earth is not a spinning ball on its axis, spinning millions of miles per hour throughout the galaxies. Go research Mount Meru. Look it up on YouTube. Watch some of the videos. Again, I support Kevin Wesley, and I support Jamar Milton. He talks more about this as well. Go check out Kevin Wesley as well. Okay, so we know these are the Sumerian Aryans here, right? And you know, here's an organic banana, for instance. You know, if you go down, and if I want you to see the solutions I have posted below, because we do have some videos on the plan A. I call it Plan A because I know there's a lot of people out there that work hard, get where they're at in society, and really they try to level up in the world, and they work hard to do that, to live in good neighborhoods, big houses, to help, provide for their children and family, to enhance, to advance. And the sad part is, look at your organic banana, that it doesn't matter how high you get in society today. There is a threat on your life, a deadly toxic poison, and it's worse than any nuclear weapon or any war in front of us could be today. So it's almost like they've got you from every angle. Even if you think that you're going to the military, you're fighting and all that, and that, oh, that's going on, they're doing that, then that's fine. I'm going to stay here and not go into the military, not enlist into the war, and I'll be safe. My military will protect me. Protect you from what, you may be asking, right? Border Patrol, all that. People say, oh, we need our military, our border control. I could go way deep on that and how the borders are actually set up and how they have planned thugs and gangsters throughout every border throughout the world. They do this to start stuff to keep the sheep in the herd, to keep them inside the cage. It makes a lot of sense when you think about it. But what about our organic food? What about food in general? You can get vegan bacon, so you don't have to kill any animals. You can eat it straight raw. This stuff's good. Check out the deadly weapons below. Jamar Milton, he talks about it too. Talking more about the food and how it's off and how they're actually trying to kill you. That even if you go vegan, it's not going to be the best solution either way. So you think you're going vegan and you're just fine, right? You think you figured it out. That's one part of it. Yes, we are not carnivores, we are not omnivores. And until I see someone run up and grab a squirrel and consume it, the hair, the fur, the guts, the brains, everything, will I ever believe that we're even omnivores? If you put an apple in a cradle with a baby, and you put a bunny rabbit in the same cradle with the baby is going to eat the apple, and it's going to play with the bunny rabbit. And if your kid eats the bunny rabbit, then I have concerns for your child, because I've never seen such a thing. So, what can we do? What solution do we have if even going vegan and eating health conscious isn't necessarily the solution? I want you to go check my video. Okay, here's all the links. I want to kind of go through them real quick. You have this is the second part of the Sumerian text video, which we put together. Okay, the solution A. This is it. When you click solution A, it's going to take you to these vine pictures paradise, right? I've never really gone too deep on this, but we have access to land and different things that are very affordable. That if you can manage to make it your life goal for your children and your family, I kid you not, the best solution, this should be solution plan A, is to sell everything you have. If you have gold, silver, all that, bitcoins, did you hear about bitcoins, what happened? It's unbelievable. And I can share that with anybody who wants to know about it. You may not have seen this on bitcoins. It'll blow your mind too. But this solution A should be where you sell everything and you go here. Out of all the years of researching, this has been the best solution. I hate to say it, it is the hardest thing, and it just really saddens me and distraught that this has got to be the solution. You may think this is a poor third world country, whatever. Get with me, and I can teach you more about how. Look at that; those are whole food organics right there. This is what the solution is. Yes, apply your vegan diet, whole food raw diet, and go and eat real food from nature. Mangoes off the tree, bananas, fresh nuts, spinaches and veggies, all that stuff. And I want to tell you something about this place we're talking about. There is the lowest crime rate. We've already talked about, check my link below about Zupa Showkeepers, and you'll see how I talked. It may sound really, people may think it's anti-American, but I'm going to tell you something. The safety and police is unbelievable. There's no crime like we think that would be in Mexico, all that. Do you not realize that America has the highest crime rate in every way and shape and form? The police kill more people than they save. and I don't want to dog on all police, because I believe that the men in blue and, our military, I believe initially these people were really doing and fighting for a good cause in their heart. I really do. The problem is, like I said, everything is backwards and upside down. And I am of the Aryan culture, who we always stood for truth, okay? The problem is, good is evil and evil is good. And so with that said, the culture in itself is what is pulling people apart from going either crazy, mad. There I am at the ruins, and Mayan ruins in Belize. And, so I think that when you think about it, there's only one way you can do this, is get out, is the solution, to get out. If you know all this stuff, they're spraying chemtrails, barium, strontium, and aluminum in the skies. I'm sick of us, whenever you talk about it, it's like saying, oh, this person is a molester and is abusing this child, or abusing you, okay? And you continue going in that house, and you continue to do these things, then what do you expect? What do you expect? You leave the abusive house, the abusive environment, right? And that's what I'm trying to tell you now. We know they're poisoning the water with fluoride and hydrosilicic acid. Do you not see everybody getting sick around you? It is a chemical warfare in our food. It is across the board. The air levels are lower. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom and scare people. This is the reality. This is the scary part about researching this stuff that we found. The soil and B12 is completely stagnant and dying. The air conditions, like I said, don't allow the soil to be good. Wow, would you believe that? Dream Theater Afterlife. Go check out Dream Theater, amazing band, by the way. I wanted to also tie in all of this with the what we were talking about, Final Fantasy VII, and how this ties in with the Sumerian text. Okay, because we had that, and here it is, I think. Yes, everything we talked about is in this story here. And I grew up with this video game growing up. I loved that game, played it for hours and hours. Most of my life growing up, I loved that game. And we're going to compile all the movie scene clips as well as the actual movie. You can check out Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Very good. It correlates very well with the video game movie scenes, and you can watch all the movie scenes of the video game. We'll probably compile them and put them all together. And the only reason I say that, and we're going to go see this, I'm going to just read the rest of part 3, is that the story is literally ancient, and they're getting it from the Sumerian text story, which is baffling if you think about it, because that was one of the coolest stories I ever heard. And here, sure enough, every story comes from this story. Okay, that's why they call it the greatest story ever told. And I would say it's the greatest story never told, in the sense that people don't ever hear it that much, So we're trying to tie this all together. I know it's a lot going this way, that way, and this way. I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can. And the thing is, it's too late. I have to tell you the truth. I have to go full-fledged. That yes, you can live off these bananas, the nuts, and all that. Moringa. This is an excellent solution right here, because it's got every nutrient you need, and we have hundreds of videos on this. I put a link below if you want to purchase. That would really help us. If you purchase something, it's affordable, from $18 to $48, and it goes up. When you buy 4 pounds, we get 6 pounds. You get 10 pounds for free. So, and this is all wild crafted, non-sprayed, jungle crafted, whole foods, straight out of nature, pure, no additives, chemicals, ETO, ethylene, cleaning solutions and sprays, just like every other company you see out there. See how live and vibrant green that is? It's magnetically bioavailable. It's going to do stuff for your body. And just like these suckers here, which I have, the monotonic silver and the balance, which has gold, platinum, palladium, ruthenium, indium, and osmium, all of them, okay? And I bring that up because I love the way they make me feel with the moringa. I can take like one of the veggie caps. I just took actually a couple veggie caps, and I do that in the morning throughout the day. It carries me all the way throughout the day, knowing that in the morning you don't need as big a breakfast as you think you do. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You do like 5 to 7 or even more drops under the tongue. Let that sit. You can also take it with organic purified water, juice, what have you. Shake it up real good and keep it away from microwaves, computers. Keep it away from anything that's got some sort of electromagnetic thing. We actually ship it to you in aluminum, and that's to actually block that, any type of even radiation or electromagnetic force. Taking it, especially the gold, the monotonic mix, tom mix, which you can say hashtag mono tom mix, and if you look that up on Facebook especially, you'll see all of the different kinds we have and what they do for the body, how they are superconductors, because these are live, rich, that was the silver, they're live, rich superconductors that actually we are what you eat. So when you consume these noble metals, which can last months if you take it sparingly, and it's super power, ultra mineral, because and superconductors, because when they absorb into the skin, into the DNA and the blood as you're flowing and your heart's pumping, that lymphatic system carries all these nutrients to the brain. It actually can decalcify and detox the pineal gland. That's your third eye. Your actually detox your blood, any thing you have in your fat cells, the bones, because that ends up where it's stored in your muscle, and it pushes into the fat, your bones structure. This is why people end up getting different things like osteoporosis or rheumatoid arthritis, things that are no fun, no good. So we have so many solutions, and we've been doing this for so many years, and I feel like someone's got to do it, step up and be real men, real women who are honest and it. And so when you want to live it, you don't die it. That's pretty much the primordial source. Okay, so that's the main point. And stuff like portobello mushrooms, you can get your protein. People say that's what we're going to be eating tonight. And it's lovely for dinner. A big portobello mushroom. What you notice is your human physiology changes, and as you become, you would say, a raw vegan, a whole food. I call it a live it, whole food, plant-based live it lifestyle. I feel supercharged and full of energy. Some days are a struggle, just like anybody. Some others more than others, and less than some. We got these struggles. Whenever you see the sun out, the sun was out booming today, and it was very nice heat, that energy from the sun. Whenever you see that, 2 o'clock or something that's right there in the middle of the window, go and just soak up that sun, absorb it. If you got to, take your shirt off or, sunbathe. Grab that energy, that's free energy from the sun, and you can absorb it through your eyes and all that stuff. It's really good. You need to do that at least 30 minutes to 2 hours, truly, every day. Okay, and go outside, take your shoes off, put your feet and plant them in the ground, get grounded. Okay, I don't care who you are, and you could say, oh, don't do yoga and all that. Stretch then, just go do a stretch, get the lymphatic system, jump up and down like a shake, and just shake. So, and speaking of free energy, go check out in the directory, link description below. There's a link called Free Energy from Tesla. I kid you not, we found some really groundbreaking, things on the on Nikola Tesla and his free energy, which you can get. You can get all that in the description, because it's going to show you how to do it for anybody out there that's engineer mind or likes to do experiments. But see, this is the real solution here. It's pure, real organic. And I can tell you, everything's off in the stores today. So yes, we need real organic. See, it comes an equation of quality, and you're not told about these things. You're told, oh, vaccinate's good, vaccination. People get touchy on this, and you get to the point where you don't even want to help people anymore because you can't. People don't want to listen. And if they knew the solution initially is to get out, nobody wants to hear that. We're all Americans. We've been brainwashed, propaganda fed to believe a particular way of living, and I'm giving it all to you. I'm not holding back. I'm beyond a health coach. I'm an ultimate truth warrior X. We don't hold back and we tell the truth like it is, the true truth. That's what we call it. Because you got all that fake news out there, whatever. We ain't fake news. We're the true truth Jew network, whatever you want to call it. We can connect all the dots by, again, I'm going to do this disclaimer. We are a non-biased, non-dogmatic, non-religious perspective, where we put the truth out there for those who want to research, who want to see more without being offensive or getting down on anybody. The truth, we got to put it out there. And with that, check out our new site on, I got the link below, and you can just, it would really help us out. You just quickly check out, you can get the caps, Moringa shampoo, we got the maintenance with the Moringa oil, the large box from Moringa there, and then the Moringa Queen soap bar. If you check out and do that, we ship it to you. Give us 2 to 3 business days, maybe 5, depending on which one you get. If you get the bigger quantities, 4 pounds, and you get 6 pounds for free, 10 pounds. These specials, they help us when you purchase, for us to continue doing what we're doing, enhancing and telling the truth and spreading the awesome word of, not everybody needs that, and sometimes we just give enough hope for the shining sky, above. That's just how it all is. And I wanted to also say, we talked about in the second segment. The second segment really sets the pavement down for, these topics. Like, did you know they're African Aryans? The Sumerians we're talking about are closely related to the Negro. That we're like family. See, now this is a lot of the story we see with the fish of Jesus. That's Dumazid. That's where they get the fish. And that's where the story we read last night about the fish and these monsters that the Tiamat created. So you have this woman who's the ultimate energy or power, what we would call God or Lord, we thought was a man, but it's actually more of a female entity. So it makes sense when you think about how we've been lied to and everything's complete opposite. She created with the Humazid, what's his name again? We have it written here. Then we have Dumazid, Umu Hubur, who formed all things. So she used him to do that, and started creating these gods, these god deities to go against her sons. And there was King Yu, who she exalted and became her spouse. So if you didn't check that out, or you missed that, definitely go back to part 2 and watch it all the way through. This is some really important stuff. And pretty much we're trying to scope out and see the lie that's fed to us. So we see the original story, we see the alternative story that they give us, and then you can go look at all that, and then look at the history, and then you can put it together, piece it together finitely, and then infinitely you can connect the last piece by looking at the opposite and using your mind, spiritually guiding yourself, and ask the universe, ask that unconditional consciousness to guide you, to say, okay, where did the moon come from? Where did the sun come from? How are we stardust? Where did all that come from? How did that happen? And so we have the Egyptian Kemites, who have a lot of natural history. Their language is natural. Things they talk about is natural. Okay? So you have the Afro-Iranian true Hebrews. You have all these different words. And when you talk about genealogy going way back, it is really difficult to actually trace back all the original humanoid people, the Caucasians, the Aryan men, women. I know that the Aryans are not really treated the same as what you'd say with the normal Caucasian, because I really don't believe we're related like people think. This is actually more normal when you see Hitler had black folks, Negroes in the military, and I wanted to show that book on that actually Hitler had a whole section of Jews. He had black Negroes. He had what else? he had Arabs. There were a lot of people who wanted to join Hitler because he was sending a similar message of truth like what I'm saying. And I'm not going to defend him or say anything more about that. I know it's very touchy. We had a buddy, Jason, who posted below, and I put all of what he told us in the description. Really important read. Check it out in the description. About how I suggested to him to go check out Hellstorm, the movie. It was blocked. So I'm not sure if it still is or not, but it's almost like because I shared this and gave a review about Hellstorm, they removed that video, which is exposing the real genocide of Nazi Germany. So what we might do next time is I can go live on the screen. Yeah, look here. This is what it's saying now. Following content's been identified in the YouTube community as inappropriate or offensive to some audiences. Wow. Certain features have been disabled for this video. Commenting, suggesting videos because the video contains content that would be inappropriate or offensive to some audiences. Unbelievable. So if you want to know how you can download videos on YouTube, I'm going to teach you a little cheat code. You go up here. This is a shortcut. You take all that out and you say PWN and don't do anything else. Bam. Then you go over here. You move that off. You say save from. Okay. It takes you over here. Hit this little thing. Let it drop down. Okay. And you can get the extension, which is really cool. But you don't have to. It says we recommend it. Actually, it says the download this link cannot found. So you actually cannot download this video. Wow. They're not allowing you to download this one. But I believe there's one more. So this is the time, folks. And I believe I already have it. And it's on Vimeo as well. Here's the only. Ooh, that's 43 minutes. That's not the full. I don't think that's the full one. Let's see here. Hellstorm. This might be it. No. Well, we may have it. I know I have it in one of my hard drives. Here's one. A lot of people have downloaded it. Here, there we go. All right, you see how this one didn't have that? Because this went under the radar because it's got 12,000 views. See, the other one, when you have millions or 100,000 views, you can't do that. So you hit PWN on the YouTube. Click that. Okay, you'll be here. Save from. You'll go here. Hit this arrow here. Okay, you wait for it. And this is with any of our videos too. If you want to download any of my videos, you do the same thing. PWN on the YouTube. You'll see here it says download browser. In browser. You'll see what quality you want. And hit the top one there. It's lower quality. Bam. Okay, so it takes you here. And you can actually download it right here. Download video. That's one way of doing it. Okay. So that you can actually do that to just about any video on YouTube. I encourage people to do that. So I've got it, and look here, it's up in the download thing. See, there it is. So that's all you have to do if you want to download it. Sometimes it'll have the link here, and it just jumps right into your folder. So you can do that with any video. I suggest getting Hellstorm before they remove it. It is a classic video of truth. Again, we're about the truth. So I rank Hellstorm probably the ultimate truth warrior movie X of the year, if not the century. Okay, everybody needs to go watch it. Same goes with the one we have on our channel called The Greatest Story Never Told. It's a good 5-hour video. Okay, we are going to jump into the cuneiform Sumerian text. We're going to start right here, finish where we were at. Okay, we're going to go right into it. This is the middle where we left off. Okay, we're talking about Talmud and all them. The Anu gods. Naki was Nike. That was a word that got pushed in there by the Greeks, but it used to be known as Anu gods. Okay, if anyone knows any information about Sumerians or Aryan text, go ahead and post below. If you know any information about ancient Egyptian Kimite information, go ahead and post below. All right. So let's go ahead and read. So we are going to also go to after this one, Final Fantasy VII, and how it correlates with this. And we already talked a little bit on the solution. If you have any questions about what solutions you or your family would need, let us know, and I can help guide you and direct you for that. Whether it's health, whether it's leaving the country, whether it's renouncing citizenship, how you can overcome your debt. and how you can get out of that, and actually how you can, unvolunteer yourself off of your birth certificate, say you don't have to pay any debt, and that there's certain things you can do that you can get out of this loophole. For instance, income tax is actually illegal to pay in many cases, and it's nowhere in our Constitution. There is no law saying you must pay your tax. And even if you were to be arrested for it, after that, they'll pay you for arresting them unrightfully and unjustly. So there's a bunch of bullies, and they're called Phoenicians or phonies, who originally started the system that you live in. America is a corporation. It is not a country or a deity of that. So these things they're doing is they're punishing you because you are under a birth certificate. You are under their law as a citizen or individual person, not an individual corporate entity. Okay, so we're cargo on their ship. They own the land, and because you live on the land, you pay the duties and fees, the tariff, the tax. And these words all go trace back to Greece and all that stuff, okay? And you initially can opt out of this, unvolunteer per se, because you volunteered in when your parents signed your birth certificate, you were a born citizen, all capital, as you heard that before. That is actually a really true statement, and people don't like to hear it. And just like our flag, the United States of America flag is in wartime, so we are not in a peacetime. So in a sense, we're not in peacetime. We're a warhead corporation that is ready, and we do business to go to war. So we are people who are much like hitmen, if you think about it. And a lot of the system structure works based upon a structure that's very corrupt. When you, whether you join the military or you work as an LLC and a corporation, a business. So we're all kind of guilty of it, and we've been duped, whether we know it or not. It's just much like religion. They want to put you in a cage box, and it's part of the test of this life. But good news, when you die, if you don't have anything blocking you, no guilt, no remorse of that guilt, or shame, fear, you can actually subside out of this and meet up with the real makers and create your own kingdom. It starts within. And you can reach that development now. And actually that's the goal of life. And if you don't, you keep returning back to this life, this misery. This is why it is set up to be the way it is, okay? Because they know this. And they're making money off of the destruction of the earth too, the world, the domination of such. And dare I say it, and I'm defending Hitler, but he was trying to create a world that was pleasant and peaceful and, sustainably, permaculture, healthy. He actually taught vegan classes in his in school. He would teach vegan how to have a healthy vegan life, how to eat off fruits, veggies, and nuts. He wasn't a vegetarian, but he was more so a vegan. He didn't harm animals. He didn't want to go to war. Europe pushed him into it, and they started bombing Germany several times. Again, go watch the movies Hellstorm and The Greatest Story Never Told. If you want to know the real story, they can't arrest you for going and seeking the truth and knowing the real truth. So I urge you all to do that. Here we go. Sumerian tablet, tablet 3. Here we go. May they magnify thy name over all of them, the Anu gods, which Stitchin calls Anunnaki. She hath given him the tablets of destiny. On his breast she laid them, saying, thy command shall not be without avail. And the word of thy mouth shall be established. Now Kingu, thus exalted, having received the power of Anu, okay, that's Anu the god, decreed the fate of the gods, her son, saying, let the opening of your mouth quench the fire god, and that's Anu. Okay, and then you have that. You have the female Tiamat, that's the Holy Spirit in a sense. So all this we've learned about the Holy Spirit, the Father, the Son, is kind of inverted backwards. The fire god is like the spirit here, in Anu, and then Tiamat is like this the actual god in a sense, Tiamat, and the Son. So you have the Son, the Father or the God, okay, because she created her spouse, the God, okay. And then the Son, because the Son was a creation of those two. I sent Anu, but he could not withstand her. Nudimid was afraid and turned back, but Marduk hath set out. the director of the gods. So you have the director is Marduk of the hierarchy of the gods. Your son, the director of the gods, your son, to set out against Tiamat, his heart hath prompted him. He opened his mouth and spake to me, saying, If I, your avenger, conquer Tiamat, and give you life, appoint an assembly, make my fate preeminent, and proclaim it. In Upsukanakyu, okay? Upsukanakyu. Remember, we looked that up. That's a real place. Seat yourself joyfully together. With my word in place of you will I decree fate. May whatsoever I do remain unaltered. May the word of my lips never be changed or made of no avail. Hasten, therefore, and swiftly decree for him the fate which you bestow, that he may go and fight your strong enemy. Lamu and Lahamu, remember we wrote those names down here. They're monsters. So you have like a female and a male monster, I believe. Heard the cries aloud of all of the Igigi, which is the elder gods. So you have Igigi. Igigi is the elder gods. Wailed bitterly, saying, What has been altered, so that they should. We do not understand the deed of Tiamat. So nobody can understand the mother, Tiamat. What's she doing? And I'm going to show you how she ties in with Jehovah from Final Fantasy VII, which is the mother as well, the mother cell. Okay, Tiamat, creation comes from her. Then did they collect and go. The great gods, all of them, who decree fate, they entered in before Asar. They kissed one another in the assembly. They made ready for the feast. At the banquet they sat. They ate bread and mixed sesame wine. The sweet drink and mead confused their... And then there's nothing there because it's missing. They were wholly at ease. Their spirit was exalted. Then, from Marduk, their avenger, did they decree their fate. Okay? So then Marduk, which is, remember, he's the director of the gods, their avenger, did they decree the fate. Okay, so they didn't change. They decreed their own fate with that one. And we're going to have to roadmap all this again, entered before SR. And, look all these, write it all down and have a story for them and put a video together for everybody. And so now let's go check out Final Fantasy. I want to show you how much this ties together with the live stream found in the video game. This is Bahumighagen. He's the kind of the spiritualist guy who floats around and almost like he's not even in a physical realm, he's in a spiritual realm. Now, the Japanese really did a phenomenal job on this storyline, all that. But now I see where the story comes from, as it's elaborately been, exquisitely traced back to the Sumerian text. Now, they're going to put these planets up here to kind of confuse you as the firmament. These planets and stuff might be outside of the firmament. But this is actually symbolic of the 12 different chakras of the body. That's what these planets truly are. And that's their gods. The Greeks and the Romans and all that made these planets are actually their gods. Like Saturnalia would be Saturn, Pluto, and all the different deities traced back to the mythology, which was taken from Kemite in Egypt, but also the Mac Daddy of it all, the Sumerian text. That's where all these things come from. So let me show you. Right here. Here we go. Let's begin it. I'm not sure how loud this will be. Eventually, all humans die. What happens to them after they die? The body decomposes and returns to the planet. That much everyone knows. What about their consciousness, their hearts, and their souls? The soul, too, returns to the planet. And not only to the humans, but everything on this planet. In fact, all living things in the universe are the same. Everything, even your dog that died, anything. The spirit that returns to the planet merge with one another and roam the planet. Or your cat. They roam, converge, and divide, becoming a swell called the life stream. So everything connects together to come to the life stream. Life stream, in other words, is a path of energy of the souls roaming the planet. Spirit energy is a word that you should never forget. A new life. Children are blessed with the spirit energy and are brought into the world. Then the time comes when they die and once again return to the planet. Of course, there are exceptions, but this is the way. Oh, I missed it. They return to the planet. But of course, there are exceptions, but this is the way of the world. I digressed, but I'll understand better if you watch this. So now he's going to show you the diagram of what the life stream is with the different planets, where they're the chakras, the gods. So this parallels perfectly with the Sumerian text we just read, and the different gods. Wow, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's that life stream. So all spirits, even your animal, like I said, your pet that died, your cat, the dog, the bird, whatever you know, it goes back to this life stream, this energy that can heal the earth, right? The earth is just a place, a landing spot. The spirit energy makes it possible for trees, birds, and humans. Not just living things, but the spirit energy makes it possible for planets to be planets. Keep in mind, planets are just stardust. That's us. What happens to the spirit energy were to disappear. Okay, if it disappears, this is what happens. Watch, folks. This is what's happening right now. This is what's happening to us. Okay, as we are destroying the environment, we're killing all this stuff in nature. The planet is dying. We become a cancer to the planet. Okay? It dies and it dissipates. It can't live. No one can live. These are the basics of the study of planet life. If the spirit energy is lost, our planet is destroyed. Ho, 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 ho. Spirit energy is efficient because it exists within nature. When spirit energy is forcefully extracted and manufactured, it can't accomplish its true purpose. You're talking about Mako energy yet, right? Okay, and on that word Mako, we figured out that word, when you move it around, you take it and you take that O and move it over, I think it was. Mako actually comes to, you move it over, you see that word Ankh? It's like Ankh, right? Life, right? And the O-M is Om, which is the other word. Om is similar to Ankh. You move the O over here and it says Ankh and Om, life. So they've literally split it up and divided the word life. Mako energy literally means to destroy life. It's the opposite of life. It's death, right? I remember in the last segment we learned that earth and heaven are one and the same. Heaven and earth are one and the same, so you can get to both. Okay, let's finish this up and we'll go to the next ones later. Everyday Mako reactor sucks it up, spirit energy, and diminishes it. See that? It's just like radiation energy. It's just like all the stuff we're doing. That spirit energy diminishes it, okay? It kills it. The Mako means opposite of life. Spirit energy gets compressed in the reactors and processes the Mako energy. All living things are being used up and thrown away. Okay? And not recycled back unless it's the life stream. In other words, Mako energy will destroy the planet. Is that not like nuclear energy? Is that not like the radiation? This correlates so well. It's unbelievable. There's the live stream. What the hell is that? Live stream. And even Cloud was an Aryan Sumerian. There's Nebulum. That's where he's from. Isn't that amazing? The place he's from is called Nebulum. Doesn't that sound a lot like Nephilim, the ancient ones? It's coming. The story has so much correlation to reality that we're not told. It was hidden in this video game made in 1998. Actually, the most sold video game ever in the history, by the way. So post below, what do you think the live stream is today? What do you think that spirit is? When a wind blows from the east, the south, the west, and the north, is that one wind, or is that 4 winds? Or is that multiples of more winds? It's just like to ask yourself, is there one God, or are there multiple gods? Unlearn what religion has taught you. Start there. Maybe you can heal yourself. Because I'm going to tell you something interesting about truth. Truth is the only thing that will heal. So that was it, folks. Thanks for watching part 3 in this, and actually, you've got to check out the live stream if you want to learn more about that. Final Fantasy Advent Children is a good one. Go get you something good to eat. Look at this vegan meal here. This is a what kind of mushroom is this? This is a portobello. This has got all the protein in it. It's like a steak. Go check out the Herbaceous Butcher. There's alternatives to whatever we're eating that's junk. The food is all off.
Called the river of life that circles our planet, giving life to the world and everything in it. The Shinra
Don't forget to eat some salad too, folks.
To use the live stream as an energy source. Because of Shinra's energy, we were able to live very comfortable lives. But wasn't that because we were taking away from the planet's life? A lot of people thought so. Shinra used their power to try and stop anybody who got in their way. Shinra had a special group of warriors called Soldier, and all of the soldiers had Genova cells put inside them. Genova was a calamity that fell from the sky a long
See,
time
that's
ago.
Tiamat. That's Tiamat. That's Tiamat right there. There she is, Genova. That's Tiamat.
Anyway,
She
there was
created
one soldier
everything.
named
That's her
Sephiroth,
son,
who was better than the rest.
Kingzu.
But when he found out about the terrible experiments that made him, he began to hate Shinra.
See, everybody hated
And
Sephiroth,
then,
but he was a good
over
guy.
time, he began to hate everything.
See, he's depressed. He hated everything.
Shinra and the people against them. Sephiroth, who hated the planet so much, he wanted to make it go away.
See?
And the people who tried to stop him. There were a lot of battles.
Just like the
For
Sumerian
every
text.
battle, there was more sadness. Someone I love went back to the live stream too. And then, it came. The chosen day. In the end, the planet itself had to make the battles stop for good. The planet used the live stream as a weapon.
Planet used the
And
live
when it
stream
burst
as
out
a
of the
weapon.
earth, all the fighting, all the greed and
It's the only way
sadness,
it could fight back.
everything was washed away.
Everything's washed away and it had to heal it. It's going to be our place right here in 2020.
Sadness
Coming soon.
was the price to see it end. It's been 2 years since they told me that.
Alright. Go check out Final Fantasy Advent Children. In the video game, they have all the clips of the video as well. And if you want to know more, it's just like the Sumerian text. So, I'm not sure what this is. Promised Land. See, they even knew, these Japanese knew that the Promised Land was the live stream. That's where we were going next. When we died, we all go to the live stream if we were good people and not destroyed. Then if you were destroyed, you were part of that negative energy, that Mako energy. Okay? It's pretty cool. So anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to also subscribe to our channel, which is at Plot Palm Trees. You can go to Plot Palm Trees right here. There it is. The channel. Just type in Plot Palm Trees. Subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little notification bell. And so whenever we upload a new video, because when we upload a new video, it's good stuff on this channel. We don't just upload a bunch of stuff, you know, all at once. It's really thought-provoking and the full, you know, production. So thank you all so much for watching. This has been the part 3 of the Sumerian text, and we will be reading the 4th tablet next. Awesome. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.